Now bitch, I'm bad like Michael. Keep playing around with me, you gon' need a quote from Geico. I'm charging shit you niggas grind your whole life for. Down here we carry pistols and choppers, so what's the fighting for? Bad like Michael. Bad like Michael. Bad like Michael.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Sauce Temp. I'm back again with another one. If you go ahead on and like and subscribe, stay notified, it'll be much appreciated. So look, I'm here with a defensive tip, pro tip really, and it's all about making adjustments, because if you don't adjust, you will lose this game and any other game that you play that's strategy based. So I'm not going to hold you, but we're going to get straight into it. I'm going to try not to be too long, but I can't make a promise on that because there's a lot of information to cover just to make sure you get it. So I'm going to jump right in. As you can see on the screen, we're going to go to formations. Now, we're going to go to the 4-3. And as you can see in here, I got 4-3 normal as my base. I have 5 4-3 formations in here. But what I do, I always put my base as my number 1 formation. Now, when I go over to the right, number 2, that gives me the under. And you see how the linebacker has moved over. You see, from the normal to the under when I press right on my controller. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing going to the left. You see that linebacker drops down to the line in an over formation. So from normal, I press left and it goes down to the over formation, which brings that linebacker down on that left of the screen linebacker down to the line of scrimmage. Now, I'm going to show you on the field how this works. So let's go. I'm just going to pick 4-3. I'll come out. Let's see. Let me find something simple. We'll just do cover 3 sky. And we'll do random formation over here for the offense. So, as you see, I'm in 4-3 sky. All right. Now, when I go to my audibles, as you can see the controller on the screen, when I press right, and I'll just change and go to a cover 3 match press. He comes down. Now both safeties, the safety on your left came down also. But the main thing I wanted you to see was that linebacker on the left, he came down. I'm going to go back to normal. See, he went back to his regular position. So this time, I'm going to hit right on the D-pad, as you can see the controller on the screen, and pick my play. Then the other linebacker moves. This time the safety comes down with him. Okay. Now, I have other formations in here, and I'll go back to normal, and I'll show you how that works. So I just go to odd. Odd is, typically the same thing. It just brings up an odd front, but it drops that safety down. Oh, they ran the play on me. I was taking too long. Don't worry about that. I wasn't paying attention. I'm trying to make a video here. But, all right, see in this situation, he comes out in the pistol. It's power to the left. So what I would do, pull up my audibles, and of course this will go faster when I'm in game. I will hit left, pick the play that I want. In this instance, I'll just go with the press, and he's going to come down, filling up the box. Okay. Now if this play was flipped, I could still, if I come out in my odd, I would get the same thing, except the safety wouldn't come down in the box in that instance. Also, let me reset. And I don't know why this guy want to stand there, but you know, we get it. So let's just say for some reason I felt he was going to run off of that right edge. I would hit right, triangle. See, it's all about being fluent. The more fluent you are, the more efficient you are, the better you can make these adjustments. And even with the over plus, I can do the same thing. Okay, let's go back. Let's actually run this play, because you know how Madden does. It'll get stuck on you, especially in practice. Especially in practice. Alright, so let's do that again. Now, heavy formation to the left. I'm going to go odd. Now, what I don't like is that linebacker went out there in the slot. So I'll come back to that and keep a more even match. And I'll even, see, look at it, bottled up, 4 loss, 2 or 3 yard loss. Now, you guys, this works for every formation if you set it up properly. Now, I'm going to switch formations. I'll go to 3-4 because I have the same thing set up. I'll come out, let's see, let's find it. Cover 3 sky, we'll just go random. Now look, it's a mismatch. I bring him down, same thing. If I want to make further adjustments, over ed, same thing. Let's go back. This was the original assignment. I didn't like that, so I went 1 to the right, because the way I have it mentally set up is left and right, left and right. That's the easiest way. So you see the formation is heavy to the right. So I have my audible set. So when I see that, I could just automatically pull my audibles up, hit right, and pick the play that I want to get the matchup that I want. You know. Now, that free safety running down in the box, I didn't tell him to do that. That's just what Madden does sometimes. And you have to know also what plays are going to give you these alignments, so you can put those in your audibles, okay? Because you just can't, you can pick the formation and it should work, but if you pick the wrong play within the formation in your audible, it'll give you something that you don't want, something that you're not looking for. You know, just like that right there. You know, I really don't want that. You see how he moved up back into cover 3? Now, that slot receiver is pretty much wide open. The only thing else I could do from there to be quick would be to flip the play. And that still didn't bring him down because Madden is doing what Madden is doing. But there we go. Now, even when we switch and choose a different formation. Now, this also depends on how you like to run. Now, there's a way that you set that up, and I'll get into that into a second. I just want to show once again that this works for just about all of your formations, where you can pick multiple formations within the same set. So like nickel. My base in nickel is 3-3-5 odd. Okay? And I like to start off in cover 3. Because that's just me. That's just what I do. You know. So once again, we're going to go random. Now, I don't like that. So I'll come out and go normal. Now that switches some things up, but that's a more even front for a formation like this. See, he didn't get but 2 yards, maybe 3. I wasn't counting. Now in this type of formation, it's heavy on the left side. So only thing I would do in this situation is just flip the play. Maybe slide those guys over. Actually, something more like this. Now you say, well, why would you go through all of that? Because I wanted the strength on that side. I had a bigger guy. See, like right here. So now I have a tight end. Now this is not a good formation to go against the run. Now, I did pick random, so you got to deal with what you got. So what I would do was audible to this nickel 245, which is right on my D-pad. I could go left to a normal, but I wanted to go right. And you will kind of get a faster linebacker out on that guy. Okay? Now, there's a couple of things you guys need to know if you're going to set your formations up. Okay? So let's just go to choose new play. Alright, so go back to formation. And I'll go back to the 4-3. I'm mainly running 4-3 this year. So if you look, like I said at the beginning of this video, you see the numbers under the normal 1 through 5. Now, you always put your base formation as number 1. And these are number going from left to right. Okay? So as you can see, if I go left, it's 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back to 1. That's going, pressing right. Actually, you're going to the right. Now, it's a trick to this because let's say, all right, so I have 5 formations and I deal with I'm dealing with left and right, especially if I'm starting in normal. Okay. So what you got to do is whatever formation you want on your right side that will drop down like that, bring that linebacker down, that would be number 2. Then you will add your next formation. And I have the over plus, which puts the linebacker a little bit farther out. I have that as number 3 because I'm still going to the right. That linebacker is still going to go line up on the right. All right. Now it switches when I go to 4 because that's the odd formation. And 5 is just a little bit of deviation. But let's go back to normal. Okay. And we're going to go to the left this time. You're going to notice that when that linebacker drops down, that is actually the 5th formation, which is the last formation in this set. And if I go left again, it's going to go to the odd, which is the 4th formation, but it is the 2nd formation that has that linebacker going to the left. So you really only going left and right, left and right. Okay. So from normal, I would go 1, 2 to get to over plus. Let's just say they got 2 tight ends and I want to match up that way. Or I just feel like I need to have that linebacker further out on the tight end. Okay. Same thing if I want to go left. Let's just say they're a strong left. I would go 1, 2 if I wanted to go to that odd formation to kind of move my D line over. So you have to experiment and play with your playbook when you go to set it up, because you can't just add these formations and it's just going to line up the way I have it set. I learned that the hard way, and it does take time. Take time. If you're playing regs, you playing online, you playing a franchise, anywhere where you can have a custom playbook, you want to take your time, and you will see if you set it up properly, then you'll be more efficient and efficiency is king. Just like in the real game, if these guys come out, like I saw a college game a couple weeks ago, the cornerback was caught looking at his wristband trying to get the play. He wasn't efficient. He didn't know what he was doing. He was taking too much time or whatever the case, but they got beat for a touchdown simply because of that. And I equate that to this. The same thing can happen to you if you don't get out and understand how you want your formation set up. Now, some people are like, well, I don't want it like that. Well, you can set it however you want, but I found that this is the most efficient way to set it up. Now, let's see. Now, even when I go with the 4-6, now this year in 4-6, they wouldn't give me one of the formations that I want. So I only have normal. They wouldn't give me just a straight bear. You know, you have to go to a special formation to get bear. But here, if you start with 6-4 normal, they're only going to give you bear under. So it doesn't matter because you only have 2 formations. You could press left or right, right or left. It doesn't matter. You're only going to get those 2 formations. Now, of course, we know 4-4, that's all you have. 3-4, like I said, you can set this up. I had this set up the same exact way and as my 4-3. With the exception of I have a scheme that I have always ran in Madden since you can set up custom playbooks with my 3-4. I'm kind of more of a 3-4 guy, even though I used to be a 4-3 guy. But some of the teams I've played with in the past were mainly 3-4 defense. So I got accustomed to running it. So I have certain 3-4s set up. So as you can see, I have odd. If I go to the right, I got over. Because in essence, it shifts that linebacker. See number 4, my linebacker, when I go odd, which is to the right, over to the right, it moves him over to the right. Same thing when I hit under, which is on the left side. You see it's going from formation 1 to formation 6 because I'm going left. It moves those linebackers over to the left. Okay. Now also in this formation, I have predator. So predator and under is almost the same formation. And I have a special way that I run those two. You know, cause I have some plays that are in under are not in predator and vice versa. So I kind of use those two as the same formation, just extending my different types of plays. And I do that also with any defense that I set up. But I also in here, I have bear and I have over ed. Okay. Now I have something special for bear, but I'll save that, for another video. But basically, that's it, y'all. Go in, learn how to set these up. It's not hard. Just remember, they all are going to be set from 1 to whatever you put in there. But when you want to go left and right, make sure whatever formation you want to be immediately to your left is the last formation that you add. Okay, and whichever formation you want immediately to your right, make sure you have that as your second formation. And if you have one, let's go back to this 4-3. So if you have, like in this situation, if you go right and that man comes down to under, and you have another one that's similar, which is over plus, make sure you put those back to back, whichever one you want first. So if you come out normal, and let's say you want it over plus to come out to be your first formation, then you will put that as number 2. In my situation, I have it number 3 because it is an extra extension. So logically, I put it where I press it again after here, it's going to extend just like it really does on the field. So that's really it, you guys. Let me know if you got some value out of this. Like, subscribe, stay notified, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
You're listening to a J Keys production.